Hey everybody, I have successfully burnt all of the brush here in my huge brush pile. This is where it was. It was massive, it was out of control. I had just been piling tree trimmings on this brush pile for years, and I had not burned it, and it was huge. I kind of liked it because I felt like there were some rabbits living in there, and then there was quail that lived in there in the winter, and so I kind of left it. But in the end, it was out of control, and I had to burn it. So I was pretty nervous about doing that because in the past I've had fire trucks show up, and I didn't want that to happen. Yes, fire trucks. The first time that happened, I was actually burning brush at my church on a Saturday, and I had this massive pile of brush. I had my fire permit, I had the hose, and so I torched that thing off, and the flames were huge. They were impressive. Apparently, some neighbors were concerned, as they probably should have been, and they called the fire department. And it's a weird feeling to be standing there and to hear sirens from the fire trucks, and you're thinking, are those for me? Sure enough, they're getting closer and closer, and then two fire trucks pull into the parking lot to the edge of the parking lot where I'm burning brush. And I was like, oh, you're kidding me. And they pull up. They were really chill about it. I had my fire permit, I had a hose, and there was no danger. So they just told me to be careful, and they left. But it was embarrassing. It's kind of weird to have fire trucks show up. The second time I had fire trucks show up was right here. I was burning brush. It wasn't a huge pile. It was many years ago, and I was burning some brush. And it was at night. It was dark outside, and I'm 5 miles from Kuna, and I hear sirens that sound like they're from a fire truck. And I thought, no, this can't be happening. And they get closer and closer, and I'm standing out here watching the fire. And I thought, this can't be for me. Sure enough, the fire trucks pull onto my street. I see the lights in the dark. The neighbors are looking like, what's going on? And they stop in front of my house. And to be honest, I was upset. I was like, no, this is ridiculous. So I go to the front gate, and there was 3 firemen there. And it happens that 2 of them were former students of mine, so I knew them. And they said, hey, Kilgore, looks like you're cooking some hot dogs back there. And I said, no. And I was kind of had an attitude. No, I'm burning brush. And they said it again. They said, Kilgore, it looks like you're cooking hot dogs back there. And I said, no, I'm not, guys. I'm burning brush. And then he says, listen, it is illegal to burn brush at night, but you can have a fire for cooking. And then I caught on. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm cooking some hot dogs back there, guys. And they said, all right, well, be safe. And they left. But twice fire trucks have showed up when I was burning brush. So you could see why I was nervous about this huge pile of brush. I actually had 2 sprinklers and a hose going on this fire while it was burning. I was so concerned about fire trucks coming again. Fire can be a good thing, though. That's how I met my neighbors many years ago. Before this was a forest, it was just dry, dead grass. And one day I had this brilliant idea in the fall to burn the grass. Was not a brilliant idea, by the way. And I torched it off, and it burnt so fast. It burnt all my back area and my neighbors. It just went and burned all theirs too. And this time I was wishing the fire trucks would show up. It got closer. They had a shed over there, and it was moving to the shed. And to be honest, if it would have burnt the shed, it probably would have burnt their house too. And I was scared. I was so scared. So I run over to their house, and I got so lucky that they had a hose already hooked up with a spray nozzle on it. And so I turned it on. I stretched that hose out as far as it would go, and it wouldn't go far enough, but I could spray it, and the spray would go and just hit the corner of the shed, and it put that fire out right there. And so it saved the shed, which probably saved their house too. I was so lucky and scared. But it burnt all of his back area too. It was kind of dry, dead grass. And he came home, and he was so cool about it. He's like, hey, don't worry about it. I was going to burn that anyhow. And he actually thanked me for burning his back area. Little did he know that his whole house could have gone. It was so scary. Anyhow, So I'm kind of proud and successful of what I got going here. I burnt my brush pile, and now I've got my huge pile of dirt that my neighbor gave me. It was a wonderful gift. He gave me this pile of dirt, so I'm making an archery range out here. No more brush pile, archery range only. And so I'll have a little brush pile, but I'm gonna do a better job and burn a little bit each winter, not let it get so out of control.